The Canola School on RealAgriculture.com is brought to you by Alberta Canola Producers Commission, SAS Canola, and Manitoba Canola Growers.
Welcome to Real Agriculture's Canola School series. I'm Kara Oosterhuis. In this episode, I talked to Shawn Senko, who's an agronomy specialist with the Canola Council of Canada. Shawn and I talk at Canola Palooza in Lacombe, Alberta, about some of the things you may want to consider if you're looking at straight cutting canola for the first time, as well as how this may possibly speed up your canola harvest.
Well, if you've never straight cut canola but you've done other crops and you've got a straight cut header, I'd recommend the first year just leave some of that canola stand and get a feel for it. Try a few acres, see how that header feeds. You may need to make adjustments or changes that it'll give you a year to do that. So don't be scared to try it. Just let some stand and give it a shot.
So can you highlight some of the benefits of straight cutting?
Well, the key one is really just one less pass in the field. So, a lot of guys, there's been people who've gone straight cut 100% and they've got rid of their swather. But there's also other guys who maybe you don't need to change that swather every year. You're only doing a few acres of canola and you can just less machinery cost. Now with a lot of the varieties that are geared towards straight cutting and shatter tolerance, there's somewhat less risk. I can't remember how many years ago it was, but we had all the swaths blow around the field, so it's still anchored there, and there's less risk that way as well on just simply wind loss. So there are options for possibly doing pre-harvest in-crop desiccation, so that can help. And it really comes down to, do you need it or not? You'll know once you've done it a couple times. It'll depend on the year. So if you're having issues, I do get guys calling me that they're straight cutting and they're slowing down their combine, they're getting enough material through. That might be something you want to look at, is looking at applying something before harvest.
And what is one of the key signs, I guess, like you said, slowing down the combine? What would give you that idea that you might need to desiccate?
It can be variable crop too, like this year in places we've got really stagey crops, so there's stuff that's going to be mature and stuff that's going to still be fairly green. You still have to wait the proper timing for that greener stuff, but it might help bring it along once it's in the right stage. It's just crop conditions in the year, and how late is it in the season? Have you got good heat to help dry it down, or is it a late year and it's already getting late in the season and you want to get in there and harvest? So it's just all conditions and yearly based.
And sorry, back to straight cutting, does that vary between different regions, whether you should be straight cutting or swathing, or does that not really change in your region?
I'd say any region's capable of straight cutting. Again, it could depend on the year as well. Maybe it's getting late and swathing can speed it up, but I'd say adoption is fairly even across the prairies for straight cutting. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, that would be it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Right.